Welcome in. We're going to be pulling some orders. Surf's Up just called me. I was like, why is he calling me? I think he was waiting. He's like, where is he? Brad got worried about you. That's because I have to do this setup. And Joey has been crazy tonight. If you're watching on YouTube, YouTube and Facebook, make sure you hit that like button. If you're watching on replay, make sure you say replay down in the chat. Joey has been a terror tonight. Absolutely crazy. He did not want to go to bed at all. He was going absolutely insane. So that's why we're a little late today. Just tonight, yeah, just tonight. He normally, you can lay him in bed and sing to him. He'll go right to sleep. But tonight, for some reason, he did not want to go to sleep. Everybody coming in. Appreciate you, Surfs, for sending everybody in. Surfs, you called me right when I pressed live. Like, literally the second I pressed live, I'm like, oh, he's probably seeing where I am. All right, let me open up my apps really quick. I basically got this live ready in like 15 minutes. I was literally rushing. There we go. Now we're good. We had to wake you up. No, I was awake. Trust me, I've been awake. Joey's been screaming. I've been awake. He actually just went to bed like 15 minutes ago after spending like an hour and a half just going absolutely bonkers. Appreciate everybody hopping in. YouTube and Facebook, if you guys caught it, I went live a second ago, but for some reason my camera was off, so I had to turn it back on to get you guys started up. We got 20 orders to pull tonight, some of which I've already pulled. Actually, I got a pair of boots I got to pull really quick. Hang out right here for a second. That way we don't have to do this later. All right, I got them. I almost forgot to pull these. I'll put these up here. We'll talk about those in a minute. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We got lots and lots to pull. If you're new here, hit the follow button. Whatever platform you're watching on, hit the follow button, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're going to be pulling orders. What I do on this channel is I buy stuff cheap. I resell online for a profit. That's what I do for a full-time job. Right now, we're pulling eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari orders. This is the setup behind me. Everything's in bins. You guys are going to see me pull some stuff in a little bit. So let's get started. After 7 years of reselling, finally stepping down and pursuing it. Let's go. I love to hear that. Chase those dreams. Chase those dreams. All right, let's pull first item. We're going to pull 2 Mercari sales. First up is in bin Z25, which is right here. All right, Z25. Actually, I have a couple in here that I have to pull, so I might as well pull them while we're here. There we go. And there we go. All right, first order going out the door is a pair of women's Beta brand pants. These are a really good brand to be on the lookout for. What did I sell these for? They sold for $35, full price sale over on Mercari. I think we paid $6.96. If you want to know exactly what we paid, come to tomorrow morning's live. That's where we ship everything out. So appreciate Kings. But yeah, Beta brand, really good brand to be on the lookout for. That's order number 1. While I was in there, I saw this one. I have to pull this one in a little bit, so I might as well pull it. It's an eBay order. This is a women's, right? Yeah, women's Affliction t-shirt. Picked this up in a huge bulk buy off Facebook Marketplace. I paid $4.78 per shirt in that bulk buy. I think I got like 25 or 30. I only have 3 left. This is one of the 3. Sold for $24, free shipping. So Affliction t-shirts, women's. Somebody on Facebook was selling a whole lot of them, and I got a nice deal on them. What's up, Chelsea? What advice do you have for a couple thinking about doing reselling together? It's really good. Reselling together is really good because you can rely on the other person. I would try to figure out what is your strengths and what is their strength and what is your weaknesses. For example, Kayla loves doing the listing process of doing the drafts. I like doing photos. So she does the drafts, I do the photos. It makes the process a lot easier for us. Appreciate the follow, Rebecca. I should scroll this over. Hold on. There we go. There we go. What's up, Liv? Who puts all the clothes into the clear bags? We do. So as soon as we get done listing, they go in the clear bags. I live in Florida, so it's nice and humid out here. So to keep the items in good condition, we throw them in those clear bags. We never have a issue with them as long as they're in those bags. I do have those linked in my bios. If you guys are interested in purchasing them, you can buy them straight from Amazon through my links. Love your content. Appreciate you, Amy. All right, let's go back to Mercari. Next up, we got a pair of Nike golf shorts. They are in bin K11. Bin K, number 11. Yep, that's definitely my handwriting. I cannot tell what it says. I'm losing my sticky note. All right. Nike golf shorts. These are just simple Nike golf shorts. Nothing crazy about these. A solid black pair. They are the Tour Performance. I think that pair does a little bit better other than like Tiger Woods. Those will do a lot better than these. I think I paid $4.28. Again, come to my live tomorrow. I'll be able to tell you what I paid, all that good stuff. Sold for $24 over on Mercari. Good sale right there. Sold a South Pole sweater for $34 today. Nice. I sold South Pole jeans the other day that we packed up on live. So what kind of brands do you put on Whatnot? If you can actually go watch the replay that we did the other day, I talk a lot about Whatnot in Ethan and Dalton's podcast. I was interviewed last week and their podcast is actually up and everybody can go listen to it. So do me a favor, after this live, go listen to that podcast. It's a really, really good one. It's informative. We talk about eBay, Poshmark, Mercari reselling. We talk about Whatnot. We talk about social media. It's an hour and a half long and it's pumped full of like really good knowledge about everything you want to learn. Talking about Whatnot brands, we explain in that live or in that interview. You're looking for brands that are well-known high-end brands. North Face, Patagonia, Cool, really good high-end brands. Everybody knows about them. You don't want to put something like a Willis & Geiger. Even though it's a great brand, you don't want to put that on Whatnot because not a lot of people know about it. How do you know what to sell on Whatnot website? I just told you that answer. Yeah, it's all about well-known brands, well-known high-end brands. Have you had a need to expand your store inventory to keep sales flowing in? No, not really. I actually was at 1950 listings just a few days ago, and I'm back under 1900 again because I just keep selling. Every time I list like 50 to 60, I sell the 50 or 60, I go back under 19. So I'm trying to get back over 2000, but it's going to be a lot of work to be able to do that because everything we keep listing sells really fast. All right, those are my two Mercari orders. Next up, we have Poshmark orders. So let me swipe out of this, go into this. First one is going to be a pair of Tommy Bahama shorts, bin AZ. I forget where AZ is. I hardly ever go to this bin. AZ 33. AZ 33. There they are. Put this back. All right. This is not normally a pair that I would pick up. It's a pair of Tommy Bahama. I think they're linen shorts. Oh, no, they're pants. Pick these up. I think $6.12 is what I paid for these. I got them in a bulk buy. I normally don't pick up Tommy Bahama pants, but because I got them in a bulk buy, I went ahead and listed them. They actually sold full price for $35. So I got kind of lucky on the sale. Normally these kind of Tommy Bahama pants, even if they're 100% silk, will only go for like $25. I listed a little bit higher and I got that sale. So I'm kind of happy about that. Normally I do not sell those for that high. How much time do you spend inventorying? Do you mean like putting the items into inventory? Not that long. Normally, we use these clear bins. So that way when a bin gets low, like I can tell this one's getting kind of low right here. I'll pull that bin and I'll load it all with the new inventory we just listed. Do you experience many non-payers on eBay? Not as much as we used to. Back in the day, it used to be like every week you get 3 to 4. Now, most payments on eBay have automatic payment set up, so you don't really have to worry about them not paying. There are instances where people use bad cards, and even though it says they're going to pay right away, they don't pay. But typically, every month, I only get about 1 to 2 people that don't pay, and I have to relist their item, which isn't really that bad. It used to be a ton worse back in the day. Yeah, my returns have gone up a little bit too. Ethan was talking about that too. He had a ton of returns just last week, so I don't know. I think it's just that time of year people are returning stuff. So if it sells once, it'll sell twice. That's my motto. Next up, we have BC12. BC12, that's over here. Let me grab it from this side. BC9. All right. Bin BC. And then we're looking for number 12. There it is right there. this back. All right, these are a pair, that just opened back up. These are a pair of women's Lululemon joggers. I think we paid $10.67 for these. If I can remember correctly, again, come to my live tomorrow. I'll be able to tell you what we paid for them. Sold for $35 over on Poshmark. You know how Poshmark works? Basically, I throw that in a priority mail bag and I ship it out. Only downside to Autoposher, buyers don't have to pay immediately. If they have automatic payment set up when they accept your offer, yeah, they will pay right away. If they don't and they accept your offer, yeah, you'll have to wait for payment. So I just started selling on eBay. Have some questions, drop them in the chat. Where did I get them? That's all I got, Amelia. You got to rephrase that question. What's up, Georgia Peaches? Great problem to have. Oh no, I sell too much. Yeah, it's a good problem to have. It's an excellent problem to have. Next up, we got a pair of Outerknown jeans. They're in bin S21. Bin S, number 21. Boom. See how easy it is to grab inventory when everything's put away correctly? It's literally super fast. Do you ever worry about bugs in your garage? No, I have bug traps. I do spray for bugs like once every couple months, so I never have any issues with bugs. When we first moved in here, I had a roach issue, but there's a roach killer that you put in the corners of your garage or any space in your house. Just make sure your dogs don't get to it. You put that, it's like a little liquid that you put on all the edges and the roaches eat it. They take it back to the hive and they die. And since I put that down, I've never had an issue and never even seen a roach in my garage since that point. But I do spray often. I put little sprays in the corners. Most of the stuff I buy is on Amazon. I never have an issue with it. How do you keep up with your inventory? I use a spreadsheet, Jason A spreadsheet. I got a link in my bio for it. Use my code, you get 10% off. So you get it for $36. Has an inventory part of the spreadsheet, has sales, tracks your yearly total, monthly total, daily totals, all that stuff. That's linked in my bio. How do you do taxes? Same way any business does taxes. I track my profit and loss. So I see how much expenses I have inventory wise, supplies wise, cost of space that I use wise, all that stuff. Talk to a tax advisor. They'll be able to help you. But the same way any business does their taxes, that's how I do my taxes. It's actually really simple to do as long as you have a good tax advisor. All right. Outerknown jeans. I know I paid $10 for these. They sold for $38. Outerknown is a really, really great brand. I had these listed for $50. I've had them listed for like 2 months now. It's not technically jean season yet. So I got a $38 offer and I took it. So 38 Outerknown jeans, really, really good brand. I forget what famous person that brand's associated with. Somebody can say it in the chat. Where do you get your products? Thrift stores, retail stores. I don't really go to garage sales, but I know a lot of people go to garage sales to get their inventory. If you watch some of my videos, you'll see exactly where I get my stuff. That phone background is wild. Oh, you like my kid? So I sent this to my sister, and I just kept it as my my background. That's my daughter. How many items do you have in your death pile? If only I could spin the camera, you'll see a mountain of clothing next to me. I have a ton. But Kelly Slater, that's who it is. We're hiring my mother-in-law on in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from basically on Monday. 2 weeks from Monday is when she starts. She put in her 2 weeks last Friday. So we'll give her the weekend off right before she starts. And then she'll come in and she's going to be listing. We're going to train her up. Hopefully within 2 to 3 weeks, we'll have her on pace to do at least 20 to 40 listings per day, 5 days a week for us. So this death pile will be gone. That's why we're buying heavy right now. Amelia, appreciate the follow. Do you have luck with Rock Revival? Yes, I actually have a video on Rock Revival jeans way down in my video feed here on TikTok. I don't think it's on Facebook or YouTube, but I sold a pair of Rock Revival jeans for over $100 in pre-owned condition. You got to find the right ones, especially men's. Men's crazy pattern Rock Revival jeans do really, really well. Yeah, I can't wait. That's going to change our business completely. You guys don't even understand. I list 60 items a week now because of everything I'm doing. Once we get her up to speed, she'll probably be able to do 60 items a day for us. That'll be a complete game changer. Basically, what we list in a week, she'll be done in a day, and then she still has 4 more days to list. So I don't buy pallets. No, I don't really like pallets. So jean season, isn't that all year? Yes, it is. Jeans will sell all year, but they sell better in the winter season, obviously, when it gets cold out. How does the returns work on shipping? You can do it 2 ways on eBay. Buyer pays return shipping or you pay return shipping. So some items I make the buyer pay, other items they get a free return. Have you ever had somebody not pay on Whatnot? No, because on Whatnot, when somebody buys something, if they don't have their payment correctly set up, it'll say right at the top of the screen for us that the payment didn't go through. We have had people, even last night, even after we made the statement that we're not taking any cancellations, it always happens about 2 hours after the show. Someone messages me or sends the request to cancel. We always have that every single week. I think it's because we do buyer appreciations. As soon as they don't win one, they want to cancel their order. Unfortunately, because we say it in the beginning of the show, we do not take cancellations. So that's the only issue we have on Whatnot is people requesting to cancel 2 hours after the show every single week. And it never fails. So that's why when we start the show, we always start the show with there are no cancellations, because Whatnot will review that. And as long as they see you say that, there is no cancellations. Even though there technically isn't, you have double ammo against that person to say, hey, we said in the beginning of the show, there is no cancellations. All right, next up, we got L9. L9. It's a really good brand. You guys know it very, very well. Is that it? Yep. L9. We got a pair of Judy Blue jeans. I love picking these up. They always sell really well for us. What did these sell for? They sold full price. Oh no, they didn't sell full price. These were listed for $40 and somebody made a $30 offer and I countered at $35 and they took that offer. I think we paid $10 for these as well. So Judy Blue jeans, as long as they're really good sizes too, anything above a 27 will usually sell fast. Beanie Babies found one claims to be worth $3K. Most likely it's not worth $3K. There's very few Beanie Babies that are actually worth a good amount of money, and $3K is pretty crazy. I think there's only like one or two that's worth like a crazy amount of money like that. So most of the time you have to look at what's listed versus what's sold. You're probably looking at what's listed right now, and somebody has that Beanie Baby listed for $3,000. I'm telling you right now, if you go to the solds, most likely you're going to see them selling for $5. So why do you bag the items? Because I live in Florida and it's humid out in my garage. In about 10 minutes, you're going to see sweat dripping from my face, and it keeps our items in good condition even though they're out here in the garage. The only time we wash items if they have stains or bad smells. Appreciate the follow, Joey. Thank you so much. Keep up the grind. Appreciate the information. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you so much. So what do you have to do for start selling on Whatnot? You got to apply to be a seller. So they're going to make you do a couple key steps, which will be like showing your inventory, talking about where you sell, all that good stuff. It's really easy, simple application. So when you started, was it slow at first? Yes, of course. When you don't have a lot of items listed, you shouldn't expect to have a lot of sales. But as soon as you build up your inventory, you're going to start getting more consistent sales. Appreciate whoever's pinning. Felix, thank you for pinning. So for it, what happens if you're unable to ship due to the hurricane? Good question. Everybody who's in the path of the hurricane, bunker down, do all the things you got to do. I've lived in Florida my whole life, so a hurricane that's like a category 2 doesn't technically scare me. The only thing you got to worry about with a hurricane is water. Hardly ever do you have to worry about the winds unless it's like a Cat 4, Cat 5. You only have to worry about flooding and water. So if the hurricane starts turning towards us, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pick up all the bins that are on the bottom in here that are probably the first 2 levels, and I'm going to load them up and take them to my storage unit. My storage unit's on the 2nd floor, so I don't have to worry about flooding. So that's probably what I'm going to do. But to be honest, I don't think this is going to be a bad hurricane. I think it's just going to be quick, easy. It's going to rain a little bit. But if you can't ship, what you do is you call eBay. You can also message Poshmark and Mercari. Just let them know that you're in I think you have to call it a disaster zone, or your state is in a state of emergency. The post office, I can't get to the post office because there's flooding issues. eBay will back you 110%. They will not let you get any negative feedbacks. They will protect you against everything. You might have buyers that cancel, but you don't have to worry about that. Let them cancel. Just make sure everything's good with you. So if my power goes out and I can't ship for a week, then I just call eBay and say, hey, eBay, sorry, my power's out. I don't have access to any power at all, so I can't ship my orders. They will protect you 100%. How many items do you have listed? A little under 1,900 currently right now. It's hot, yes. I hope that the power doesn't go out, because that's the worst thing. It's not even the rain. It's not the wind. It's when the power goes out and then we have to suffer in the house. It is miserable. It is miserable. All right, we got one more Poshmark order. It's in bin BF22. BF is back here somewhere, I believe. Down here. You even have to grab the bin. You guys know this brand. We got a Patagucci men's long sleeve shirt. This one sold for $31. I believe I paid $7.47 for it. Again, come to my live tomorrow morning. It should be around 10:30. I pack up all these orders. I'll tell you guys what I paid. Yeah, no AC is the worst. Cleanest garage ever? Yeah, right. If I turn this camera and I show you how dirty this garage is behind this camera. So we have all of our, by the way, we have to get a new washer and dryer because our stupid washer is broken. So right now it takes us forever to wash clothing because the washer, when we turn it on the fast mode, it shakes. So we have to get a new washer. So right now I literally have our laundry piled up. No, I will not show you because Kayla will kill me. And then next to me right here, you can kind of see it on TikTok land. You see those bags down there? That's a pile of bags about up to my waist. So washer dryer tour. No, we need a new washer dryer anyway. We bought a real basic one when we moved into the house because we didn't have a lot of money. So we're going to get like a really fancy washer and dryer. And we're going to talk to Carol Ann and ask her like, hey, if we buy a real fancy washer and dryer, we use about 50% for the business. I'm pretty sure that's a write-off at the end of the year. So talk to her, see what kind of washer and dryer we're going to get because I'd love to be able to write like half of that off. Easy, cheap fix. Yeah, it's just, if I showed you my washer and dryer, it is the cheapest one you can possibly buy when you buy a washer and dryer. Because when we moved in this house, we had like no money. We basically used everything we had to move into this house. So we need to upgrade. We need like one of those fancy like Samsung, like beautiful washer and dryers. Can't wait to get one. Can't afford a fancy washer and dryer. Shout out Rob. What inventory system do you use? We use a SKU system. So all these bins are lettered. Everything on the inside is numbered. So those are all Poshmark orders. We're about to pull eBay orders. I've already pulled this one. I don't know if you can read that, but it says Z32, $4.78. I know it's backwards for you guys. You can get the idea. Right underneath the item, it says what bin it's in and what number it's in. So that way I come out here, I grab my inventory. Super, super easy. Yeah, quit saying you don't wash your clothes then. No, like this is a personal clothes. I don't wash clothing we sell unless that stains or bad smells. Yeah, Kayla wants one, so I got to buy her one. If she wants it, she gets it. Can't find Lululemon size, no tag. Any suggestions? So you can measure them, and there's on the Lululemon website. If you measure like the waist or the pit-to-pit measurement, it will give you the actual size. I can't read the price. It's backwards. Shut up. All right, we already pulled that Affliction shirt. I'll show you everything we pulled really quick. Okay, this is a new tag Johnny O shirt. People always ask, do you list things that have stains? And in this case, I would. This is a Johnny O shirt. It sold for $15.99 plus shipping, but unfortunately, I bought this one from Marshall's, and it looks like somebody dropped it on the floor, and there was some small marks on the shoulders. So I disclosed that. I listed this new without tags, and it's still sold because I listed it pretty cheap. I only paid $10 for this. It was yellow tag at Marshall's, so I'm still making a little bit of money. But even with a small mark on it, this still sold, still made a little bit of money, basically made my money back in a little profit. And then I did the Surf's Up method on that. So I listed it low plus shipping. I could have listed for like $24.99 free shipping, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to list it for $15.99 plus shipping. And it sold within a week. It was in, out, gone. Hanging Out polo. I think it was a top shelf. That was a fancier one. It was a top shelf. I used to sell appliances. I learned fast. Them cheap ones do the exact same thing. Yeah, we need a big one though. We need one of those massive washers that you can fit a whole bunch of crap in, because that one we can barely fit a comforter in, and when we do, it just shakes. So we need a better setup, especially for the business. And like I said, I'm gonna talk to Carol Ann. I'm pretty sure if I buy a washer dryer unit, because we actually do wash some of our clothing, we'll be able to write part of that off. So don't buy Samsung, buy Speed Queen. Okay. I've heard nothing but great things about them. Okay, Speed Queen. Speed Queen, I like it. Why does it got to be a queen, though? It's kind of sexist. Anyways, next up. Why can't it be a king? Why can't kings wash their clothes? This is a Polo Ralph Lauren, brand new at tag, long sleeve, It's got the big hit on the bottom. Crazy, crazy Polo Ralph Lauren. I got this in a bulk buy from the guy I've been doing bulk buys from. This is new at tags, but again, it had a small stain on it, so I would have been able to get a lot more for it. I disclosed the stain, but it's still sold for $47.99 free shipping. $7.13 into $47.99. Good margins right there. Good margins. Let me grab these last two. Let's do the boots really quick. So shout out to Ethan. I know he's going to hate me for this, but I didn't clean these at all. These are men's Danner boots. You can see they're not in rough condition. They're okay, but they're still a little dirty. I don't really clean shoes. I don't like cleaning shoes. Danner boots. I paid $13.87 for these. I probably bought them about 6 months ago at Goodwill for that price, and these sold for $89 plus shipping. So really good. Danner boots. Anytime you find these, be on the lookout for them, especially the big, thick, heavy boots. They do sell pretty well. Speed King, a bad thing. My washer fits a comforter, both sheets, 4 pillowcases. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna have to get one of those. Speed Queen is what a lot of professional. Okay, so Speed Queen. Okay, you guys are teaching me a thing about washers and dryers. I like this. Washing machines are always. I can't say that whole sentence. I can't say that whole sentence. Somebody's gonna report me as soon as I say it. Oh, okay, let's go. Next sale. These are Everlane women's pants. They're great size. They opened up a little bit, so I got to reseal them. Everlane. Guess what? We only paid $3.21 for these Everlane. Size 33. They're a cheeky crop corduroy straight pant. They sold for $34.99 free shipping. So Everlane, bigger sizes in Everlane tend to do a little bit better for us. They're corduroys. Corduroy season is right around the corner. So start picking up your jeans, start picking up your pants. If you want to wait a couple weeks to start listing them, it's completely fine. But they're going to start selling like hotcakes here pretty soon. My washing machine doubles as a light box. I bet it could work, actually. If you have one of those front loaders and you put some lights around it, you could probably get a cool little a shoe photo from in there, Tokyo. You'd have like a whole like silver background. That might be something new. We might have just caught on. We can have a dual purpose washer light box setup. Me and you, we're going to do that. Let's talk after the live. Have you tried putting shims under the feet of the washer to limit shaking? Well, what happens is when it goes on the cycle, it literally just, it shakes like violently back and forth. And my water heater is not like bolted to the ground or bolted to the side. So if it does bump into it, I'm literally going to have water all in this garage. So I need to get a new one. What's your average margin per month? That is a good question. And my margin is going to suck for you, Jeff. You're going to say that's a horrible margin. But let me explain the whole thing. So our margin right now is about $10 per unit. Average profit per unit is about $10. And I know you just heard that and you're like, what the hell? This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. So beginning of this year, it was like $21 per unit. It's dropped to $10 per unit because we started selling on Whatnot. I explained this in Ethan's podcast, Ethan and Dalton's podcast, In the Loop. Guys, go watch that after this live. I talk all about this. We sell merch now, which we don't make margins on, really on merch. We make like $6, and we're paying like $16 for our shirts. Right now, we're starting to take consignment in. With consignment, our margins are going to get obliterated because let's say we take in a piece on consignment and it sells for $20 after fees and everything. And after our payout, our spreadsheet shows we make like $3 or $4 on that. But remember, we didn't have to source that piece. It literally got shipped to our door. So our margins might suck, but we're also selling volume now too. So every month we're moving anywhere between 800 to 1,000 units every single month at a $10 margin. And that's only going to increase as we hire my mother-in-law on. What's this podcast? It's called In the Loop Reseller Podcast. It is on, if you go to my Instagram, check my stories. I have a link directly to their podcast and I have them tagged. So you're doing consignment. We've been doing consignment. I will open it up to a lot more people as soon as we hire my mother-in-law on. Yeah, the bigger companies get the smaller margins. Yeah, get it. 100%. Yes, I agree. Walmart margins suck, but Walmart's a huge business. So we are taking consignment on, but right now it's going to be super limited because we're still new to consignment. I want to make sure everything works out good. Last consignee just got paid out today. He got paid out $819, I think is the exact number from his last consignment deal. Yeah, so people are getting good money. We're running it on Whatnot. It's real quick money. As soon as we sell the items, the next day you're getting paid out. That's exactly how it works. So As soon as we open it up to more people, we'll let you guys know. But for right now, we're going to keep it a limited service. Speed Queen is the best of the best. I can actually tell you where to get one too if you want. Yeah, hit me up in the DMs, Chelsea. Let me know like the best price, because we don't want to spend an arm and a leg for a washing machine, but I know they can be really, really expensive. You're going to need a warehouse soon? Probably. That'd actually be really nice because we can work everything out of the warehouse. That's hopefully the goal. All right, let's go back to pulling some orders. I already pulled that. Let me pull this one really quick. Size large. I don't know where these are over there. There we go. Last one of these. I've had these things forever too. This is a Bugatti shirt. It's got a car print all through it. I picked this up online arbitrage, which means I bought it from a retail store to resell back online. I paid $26.97 for this bad boy. Sold for $50. Not a crazy profit. But I did buy like literally 100 of those all at one time. I've heard your inventory can smell stored in those bags. I've never had a complaint about somebody complaining about the smell of the bags. The bags that I use don't even really have a smell to them, so I don't think that's really an issue. MD Picker, what's good? How are you doing? Welcome in. If you guys aren't following MD Picker, give her a follow. Joining late, what's up? We're just pulling some orders. We're having some fun. Appreciate the heart me. All right, next up, we have a pair of women's Piranha pants. They're in bin AA, number 12. AA, number 12. There they are. Look how easy that is. Look how quick that is to pull that piece of inventory. Be organized. If you guys are taking like 15 minutes to find one item, you need to fix your inventory, so it could take you like 15 seconds to grab your items. That's how long it should take you. 15 to 30 seconds to grab each piece. If I wasn't on live right now to pull all 20 of these orders, would probably take me like max 10 minutes tops. Is this 1080p? It is. It's beautiful, isn't it? What's up, Chris? This is a pair of Piranha pants, women's Piranha pants. Let's talk about these. Anytime we pick these up, they always sell super fast for us. The men's Piranha pants actually sell slower than the women's Piranha pants. Paid $5.34 for these, and they sold for $29.99 free ship. They took about 2 weeks to sell. Kayla's been going crazy with those, and she actually picked up a pair like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and I looked at them when they were in the cart, and I said, "Are these really going to sell?" Because they're just a solid black pair, and I was like, "Are these going to sell? Did you look up comps?" She's like, "Yep, they'll sell for like $30." We listed them; they sold like 2 days later for $30. So women's Piranha, pick them up. Maybe the light is just slow. Yeah, it's the TikTok over there. They got a good light setup over there because they're angled down, but you guys are straight on. I can't help that. I wish this stand went a little bit higher to where I could put it up here and then angle both down, but I just can't do it. Then you see the belly. Can you say where you sold these on? Yeah, eBay. These are all eBay sales. What kind of store is this? I sell on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. These are all online sales. Who do you use to ship your items through? Most of these are going to go USPS. They're going to go Ground Advantage. eBay, Poshmark, Mercari is what I'm selling on. Appreciate all the new people. If you're new here, leave me a thumbs up in the chat so I know that you're new. And if you're not following, hit that follow button. All your questions will be answered if you watch my content, because I got free content here going over exactly what I do, what I pay for items, all that good stuff. And then we do lives like pretty much every night where I show you the processes. All this stuff is going to be shipped tomorrow morning on live. So come back tomorrow morning if you want to learn how to ship this stuff. What's your store name on eBay? It's linked in my bio. If you go to my Linktree link in my bio, it'll take you right to my eBay store. Next up, AD8. AD8. This one's missing a handle. I need to replace some of my bins. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. All right, this has been listed forever. I'm glad to see it gone because it's not a good pickup. This is a simple blue FootJoy polo. Simple blue. I don't really pick these up anymore. Just a simple, really simple blue FootJoy polo. Appreciate all the thumbs up. Well, we got people new on Facebook. Let's go. Appreciate you hopping in, Facebook. $5.34 is what I paid for this. Sold for $18. I've had this thing listed for like a year and a half. I just want this thing gone. I did make some money on it, but I would have took $5 if I got offered on that, and I just threw it on the floor. That's how much I care about it. They're one of the best, if not the best. Appreciate you. Do you have a course to offer? No, I don't have a course. I don't do courses. I talk about that in Ethan's podcast too. I think there's a time and place for courses, but I don't do courses. I think you can learn everything for free. If you want like a refresher, you can pay for a course. But I think you can learn everything for free and be just as good as anybody else out there by learning it all for free on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. All that information is out there. Next one is in bin Y4. I'm actually going to redo the setup in here so I can move around a little easier. Because right now it's a little cramped. Here it is, right on top. Right on top. All right, this is a Kayla pickup. The brand is called Akris, I believe. A-K-R-I-S. It's a women's Akris top. We paid $3.21 for it. A-K-R-I-S. You guys want to look at the photos and everything, go to my eBay store, filter for sold. You're going to see all of these. You can see all the photos, tags, everything. Sold for $23.99, free ship. Not a crazy profit. It took about a month and a half to sell. How big are the bins I use? They're 66 quart, and we get them from Target. So impressed by their generosity, fine, hardworking. Appreciate you, Sandy. Do you do tax number benefits? Talk to your tax advisor. They'll be able to help you with that. I don't give any tax advice. So talk to your tax advisor. I don't really know how to answer that question because she literally fills out everything for me. So having a tax person in the background helps so freaking much. How do you find your bulk seller? So the person I'm buying bulk from, I actually found them in a thrift store. I was literally walking in the thrift store. They saw my cart was filled to the brim. He said, hey, dude, I got a whole bunch of stuff at my house. I sell brands just like you do. He was going through my cart. He said he bulk buys, or not bulk buys, but he buys from thrift stores, and he used to sell to consignment shops, and the consignment shops stopped taking his stuff. So he wanted to offload a bunch of it. I went to his house. He had a bunch of stuff. So Carol Ann's here. That's my tax lady right there, pinned. I think it's probably down here because I'm on the big screen. But pinned, that's Carol Ann. Go follow her. She has your tax information. She can answer your tax questions because she's actually a tax advisor on Facebook and YouTube. I can't tell you where she is because she's over on TikTok right now. But Carol Ann, she's excellent. She goes on lives frequently now. She answers your tax questions. So hit that follow button when you're on TikTok. Hit that follow button on Carol Ann. When you see her live, hop into her chat and ask her your tax questions. The shelving is from Costco. It used to be like $110. I think they increased the price on the shelving, but I got it from Costco. It's the cheapest shelving I could find. And it's like really durable. I've been using the shelving for like 2-3 years. I've had no issues with it. Excited to start selling. Nice. You're going to start your first Whatnot show? Let's go. Zach, appreciate the follow. All right, next up, we have N31. N31. Appreciate everybody being here tonight, hanging out. Appreciate everybody who came into the Whatnot show yesterday, too. If you guys missed it, we gave away a Kuji sweater. This week, we're going to give away a pair of Yeezy foam runners. So go through my link in my bio. Go bookmark that show. It's going to be a crazy one. Another one. I'm telling you guys, we're literally going to have the craziest shows on Whatnot. This week, we already have a few items loaded up. This week coming up, I think we're going to have a bunch of vintage in the show. I'm not too sure yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to load up, but it's going to be crazy. Yeah, ran into while I was sourcing. Literally saw me. Tell people you're a reseller. If anybody asks, do you resell? If you're at garage sales and people are like, negotiating with you and say, hey, I'm a reseller. I got to get this for good margins. Normally, you'll get a better deal. Yeah, I saw your text. I meant to text you back, Carol Ann. Carol Ann got her first eBay sale today. Everybody congratulate Carol Ann. Let's go. Let's go. How does cross-listing to Instagram help sales? I don't do any sales on Instagram. The only time I talk about sales on Instagram is if somebody on TikTok, Facebook, or YouTube says, hey, I'm interested in buying that. Sometimes I'll have them go through Instagram, but I don't actually post anything on Instagram shops or anything. I came in at the end. I love the girl you rated. Yes, CK Styles. She's amazing. That's why we want to rate her. We're picking certain people that we know our followers will enjoy. So we're not taking any more requests. That's exactly what ZK Styles does too, because she has a huge following. I'm going to put you guys to people that I think you guys will enjoy watching instead of raiding somebody that just keeps begging for a raid. If I think you're doing good, I'll raid you if I see you on, but I really want to raid people that you guys will actually enjoy. Use Pirate Ship for shipping? Yes. When I ship on Mercari or if I ship direct to consumer, I will use Pirate Ship. This is a bad buy. This is, appreciate the heart me, appreciate all the chilies. Spicy, chili, yum. Paid $6.12. These are Adidas women's golf shorts. I picked these up in a bulk buy a while ago. I don't really pick up women's golf stuff anymore just for this reason. Appreciate the cap. Paid $6.12. They sold for $22.49. I'm making a little bit of money on them, but men's golf stuff sells so much better than women's golf stuff. Appreciate all the random spurt of gifts coming in on TikTok. I have the big chat on right now, so I can see them come in, but I don't actually see I see up here when they come in. But yeah, appreciate all the gifts. Thank you so much. If I ignore them, I'm sorry. I got the big chat on right now. Like this guy sending. I can see in the background and on my head, but very vaguely because the chat's literally on top of me. Next up, we already went over the Danner boots, AT14. AT14, which is over here somewhere. Oh, this is the broken bin. This bin has been obliterated. It fell over and it is destroyed. So I'm gonna have to replace this one. AT14, really good winter item. Winter's starting to sell. It's starting to move. This is a piece that I listed right before it turned into summertime last year, right after at the end of the winter season. This thing I listed, it's a LL Bean denim shirt. You guys start finding these right now, pick them up because they will start selling in the next few weeks. As soon as that first cold snap hits, which I believe is hitting, right? The people up north, I think you guys are getting your first cold snap, right? I think that's what the weather said. I'm too busy paying attention to the hurricane, but I think you guys are getting your first cold snap. But these will sell very well. Denim, Ralph Lauren, denim LL Bean, denim Wrangler, those kind of shirts will start moving really quick. We paid $4.28. This one sold for $31.49. $31.49. I had my first big profit yesterday. Sold Dandy Delmar shirt for $98. Yeah, nice. You got on a yard sale for $5. Let's go. Yeah, she's awesome. How many bins do you have? So I have about 60 bins, I think, total. What was your second question? How many will fit into them? Roughly anywhere between 30 to 40 items, depending if they have like big heavy coats or jeans in them. If it's just a bunch of shirts, you can probably even squeeze in 50 items into them. Where are you located? I'm in the Tampa Bay area. So we're in the path of the storm. Appreciate the money gun, Surfs. That one actually shows up at the bottom. I like that. Appreciate the money gun. Yeah, so we're in the Tampa Bay area. So right now we're paying attention to that tropical storm / hurricane. I'll tell you guys this. If you're watching the news right now, and I've been in Florida long enough, none of the weather people know where this thing's going because they don't even know where the eye is. They're just like guessing right now. So yeah, I wouldn't be too worried. We gotta wait and see exactly when it starts moving. That's when it determines where this thing's gonna go. But right now, there's no point in worrying about it because you don't even know where it's going. Who knows where it's going to go? Nobody knows. They even said it has a lot of wind shear now that's coming through, so we really don't know exactly where it's going. Appreciate the heart me, Surfs. It's hot out here, people. I needed some agua. All right, let's pull the next order. Mother Jeans, AA46. AA46. That's why I like clear bins right there. That's the exact reason why I like using clear bins, because I literally could see exactly where that piece was. But were you ever affected by a hurricane? No. These are women's mother jeans. We paid $21.40 for these, and they sold for $45 free shipping. Took about 2 weeks to sell. Really good brand to be on the lookout for. Mother jeans. Somebody's trying to battle me. Do you have a generator? So, fun fact: the guy next door to me, he actually repairs generators. So he has like 16. So if I ever need a generator, even though we have one, if it doesn't work, then I can just go to my next door neighbor's house and he'll give me like 2. So we're good to go. We're good to go. Do you use Terapeak? We do use Terapeak. If I can't find any information on the 90-day sales, I'll use Terapeak. You can also check seasonality trends on Terapeak as well. Moved from Largo, Georgia last October. Sending good vibes. Nice. Largo, you were right around the corner from me. Best neighbor ever. Oh, he is the best neighbor ever. He's the one who helped me install my water heater too. He saved me like $3,000. That's why I mow his lawn every single time. I mow my lawn, I mow his lawn because he deserves it, because he saved me so much money. How far out from home do you source? Sometimes we drive up to an hour and a half to go sourcing. Do you have any sports shirts? No, I don't really source too much sports gear. My eBay store is linked in my bio, so if you want to see what I have listed, you can go check out my eBay store. Do you use calculated shipping, flat rate on eBay? If it's free shipping, it really doesn't matter. But if I'm charging shipping, it's normally always calculated. Reason being is if you use flat rate shipping, if I'm shipping like a heavy item from Florida to California, it's going to be a completely different rate from Florida to Florida. Florida to Florida might only cost me like $9 for a big package, where it might cost 15, 20, 30 bucks if I'm shipping all the way to California. So that's why I always use calculated. I'm running out of breath. We got one more order and then we're done. Q7. This is a not so great sale. LMNOPQ. Oh, this is inside. Dang it, I can't even pull this one. It's inside. It's a Vineyard Vine shirt. I can show you what it is, but it's in a bin that we just pulled and we're loading up. Here, I'll flip it over. It's a Vineyard Vine shirt. It's sold for $17.99 plus ship. It's a great size. It's a 3XT, but it had a small stain on the front. I still listed it. I disclosed the stain. I knew it would still sell because it was very faint mark. And this is what it looks like. There you go. There you go. Vineyard Vines 3XT shirt. I paid a whopping $10.70 for it. I would have listed it for around $37.99 free ship. But of course, with the stain, I just dropped the price so it would sell really quick. If we see something, do we get a discount? Yes. If you see something on eBay you're interested in, or Poshmark or Mercari, hit me up on Instagram. Please do not message me on eBay saying, hey, I'm a follower. Can you sell this to me off platform? Because that's how I'm going to sell it to you. That's how I'm going to give you that discount, is I'm going to sell it to you off platform. And I'm just going to print out the label myself, and you're going to send me a PayPal or Venmo when you buy it from me. But please don't message me on eBay and say, hey, I want a discount on this. You said I was going to give you a discount, because then I can't give you the discount because you got to buy through eBay and then I have my fees. So friends and family, 100%. Do you ever wash the items? Only if they have stains or bad smells. It's the only time I wash items. Most of the time when you go to thrift stores, the items are in really good condition. The items that are in poor condition normally never make it to the thrift store racks. They're normally kept in the back, or they're sent to like the bins locations. Just think of this. I know a lot of people are like, that's disgusting. You need to wash everything. But once you do it a couple times, you'll understand. When you donate your clothing to Goodwill or Salvation Army or any thrift store, usually you're not going through your dirty laundry to donate. You're going to go through your clean closet. You're going to pick out all the stuff that has been sitting that doesn't fit you or you don't wear anymore, and then you'll send it. Yeah, so that's why it's clean. It's been sitting there. You've already washed it once, so that's why I don't wash items. And if the buyer gets it and they normally if a buyer freaks out about used items, they're going to wash it when they get it anyway. How many listings do you have on Mercari? I don't know the total, but right now on eBay, I have 1,896. I probably have about 1,500 to 1,700 on Mercari. I wish you could say about thrift stores. There'll be out stuff with holes and rips. Yeah, it depends on the thrift store you go to, too. If it's a mom and pop thrift, sometimes you don't get as good inventory. But Goodwill, Salvation Armies, probably the worst in our area is Salvation Army. But Goodwills in our area, like if you watch my videos, they're really good condition Goodwills. Like they're like supermarkets basically. And the red, white, and blue that we go to, that store is always in good condition because they buy their inventory. So they only put out the good stuff, the stuff that's actually going to make them money. Do you have a video showing you prep for a listing? So I plan to start making tutorial videos as soon as we train my mother-in-law up. That's going to free me up to start making a lot more social media content. And hopefully by the end of this year, I have a full tutorial on how to start the whole process from beginning to end, doing a listing on eBay, sourcing your inventory, all that stuff. As soon as she comes on, it's going to free me up. I'm going to be able to do that stuff. So I don't have one yet, but I will have one very soon. So be on the lookout for it. You could always just type in YouTube. I'm sure there's people that have tons of tutorials on exactly what you're looking for, though. You should be washing pre-owned clothes you buy for yourself anyway. Yeah. Do you have savers? No, we don't have any savers in our area. How many items do you list daily? We try to do 20 per day, but we're hiring my mother-in-law on. She starts in 2 weeks. Once we get her trained up, she's probably going to be doing anywhere between 20 to 60 listings per day. Yeah, so that's going to Normally every week now we're only listing about 60 items because we're super busy. So we don't really have time to, we try as hard as we can to do 20 a day, but it's super hard to do. So as soon as she starts, that's 5 days a week. And once she gets trained fully, that's at least 40 items a day, 5 days a week. That's 200 items every single week that we're going to be listing, which will be insane. I'm very envious of your storage routine. You can do it too. If I can do this, you can do it. You can do it. My goal is to be as good as you. My full-time job gets in the way. Make sure that you are using your time wisely when you're not at your full-time job. Don't be watching sports. Don't be like, I literally like only focused on the business when I was off of work. And that's how I grew the business in 3.5 years to be able to do this. I think that was pretty quick. And that's probably the way you want to grow it. Is not super fast. You don't want to go to point A to point Z. You want to do all the steps in between. But yeah, spend as much time as you can on the business. Be more addicted to the business than you are addicted to watching TV, playing video games. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Make sure you're focused solely on the business and you'll grow it in no time. How many total items do you have for sale, all platforms? On eBay, I have just under 1,900, and I cross-list the same items to all the other platforms. So it's the same items just on multiple platforms. So 1,946 is what I have listed right now. And only work on clothing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't ever sell hard goods like Felix. That's a horrible idea. Haven't watched TV in 20 months. Yeah, I don't ever watch TV. Sometimes I watch sporting games now, but very rarely do you ever catch me watching TV. I'll normally have like a podcast or YouTube in the background when I'm listing. I wish I had that much space. I have a 2-bedroom apartment. Can't expand my business until I move. I used to have a rack of clothing in my room. One of these racks in my room. So you can have up to probably about 500 items listed. Just one rack. Just stick it in the corner of your room. It's going to look ugly, but at least you can run your business that way. What's 550 divided by 25? 22. What is 1,600 times? Why are you giving me these math? I don't know what that is. That's way too hard. That's way too hard. That's not too hard. I could probably figure it out if I sit here for a minute. Annual profit. Last year I did 80K in profit. It was, I think it was just under 80K in profit. What's the name of your neighbor 5 doors down? That I have no clue. Which way down? You didn't say which way, Surfs. Down could be either way because I live in the middle of the street. So yeah, you got to be way more specific with your questions. How hard is it to sign a custom SKU when getting with SKUs? It's not hard at all. On eBay, you just got to make sure the SKU field is selected that you can turn on SKUs, and then you can just type it in when you're doing your listings, either on your phone or on your computer. I always have you and Kayla on in the background when I'm doing. Yeah, if you guys like this kind of stuff, if you're watching this on TikTok and you like these lives, I literally have every one of these lives on YouTube and Facebook. So you can choose your platform, whichever one you want to listen to. And if you want to just keep me in the background while you're doing some work, I have all of my lives for like the last 3 or 4 months on YouTube and Facebook. So choose your platform, or you can choose both. You can watch me on both. That way you get watch time on both. Copy your bid system. I just made a video of storage showing it. Nice. He's good. I'm good. Can you tell us benefits of having an eBay store subscription? Just type in Google eBay store subscription, and it's going to give you a list of the benefits you get as soon as you sign up. Off the top of my head, I don't know all of them, but if you just Google it, it's going to take you literally 2 minutes. You'll see exactly all the benefits you get because they have a really good breakdown on eBay telling you about that. 10:30. I actually didn't sweat that bad today because it's kind of like gloomy outside today. So let's hope this hurricane stays far away from us. And Tuesday, hopefully I don't lose power because that'll suck because I won't be able to do lives because I'll have to save my battery for emergency purposes. So I'll keep you guys updated on Tuesday. Into Wednesday. Tuesday night, I'll have a better idea, and I'll let you guys know if we're going to have to not do lives for the rest of the week. Maybe I'll have to borrow my neighbor's generator and just plug in my phone so I can do a live next to the generator. But how do I pull up eBay Seller Hub? eBay Seller Hub, if you have I think you have to have a store subscription for that. If somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but as soon as you have a store subscription, it should ask you to put your Seller Hub on, and then you'll have the same Seller Hub I do. What's a good price to pay for someone to list items? It depends. So my mother-in-law, we had to pay her salary pay basically because she needs to make a strong income. So that's why we decided to do that with her. But if you're just hiring a kid down the street just to give them a little bit of income, I would pay them per listing. So if they list 20 items, you guys set up hey, I'm going to pay you 50 cents to $1 per listing. They get done with those listings, you pay them out. That's how I would do that. So I have Seller Hub and I don't have a store yet. So just Google it. Another Google thing. You can just Google that one and figure out. You could probably just type in eBay Seller Hub on the internet and it'll probably tell you exactly how to set it up. I did it so long ago that I have no clue. That's something when I do my tutorial videos, I'll have to make sure I go into. So buy a generator and write it off. My neighbor has like 50 of them. I'm good. He literally has a ton of them, so I'm good. I borrow one of his generators. But yeah, if I needed a generator, I could buy one and write it off as a business expense because I have to use it for my phone to go live. Smart. I like the way you think. All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and head off. I'll be live tomorrow morning. So if you have any more questions, save them for tomorrow morning. I'll be live at about 10:30. I'll be shipping out all these orders, telling you guys exact profit, all that good stuff. So come tomorrow morning, right around 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go bookmark next weekend's Whatnot show. Hopefully, if we don't lose power, I'll still be able to do that show. But if we lose power and I don't get it back by Saturday, then we'll have to reschedule it till a following week, which is completely fine. And yeah, go check out In the Loop Reseller Podcast. Ethan and Dalton just interviewed us a few days ago, and the podcast came out yesterday. So everybody go check out that podcast. It's got really great information. It's an hour and a half long. It's really easy to listen to. It is super easy talking to those guys. I literally wasn't nervous at all. It was super, super fun, exciting, and we made fun of Ethan the entire time. So if you want to go watch that, In the Loop Reseller Podcast on YouTube and all the podcast platforms, you can watch them. And yeah, catch you guys tomorrow.